I'm here with Danny Cole. Danny, hi. I get to ask you a question I don't get to ask many people. What's it like to be champion? Or tell us the story. Graham was just telling me off camera about a couple of years ago. Talk us through that.
Yeah, no, obviously in 2017 I became CRKFI World Champion at PF International, which was an amazing experience for me. And it's kind of springboarded my career a bit further, and obviously I'm well known now in the karting world, and it's great because I had the backing of J Karts, which is the awning we're stood in right now, and they came along and helped me become a world champion. They mechanicked for me, and I raced it on a Zanardi at the time with Dino Chiesa with Iami Power, and we managed to win the race and became world champion. So
fantastic stuff. And since then, what have you been up to?
Yeah, since then I've done a bit of racing abroad. Did a bit for Dino Chiesa to help him with his Kart Republic chassis, and then now I'm doing a bit with Birol Art, and and then I spent 6 months in Dubai coaching drivers, and now I'm hoping to do a bit more coaching and carry on in the motorsport.
Lovely stuff. Now let's talk about Shenington and your ties to it. It's a big event here, obviously, but what's your history with Shenington?
Yeah, so I started at Shenington when I was 10 years old, and J Karts are based 5 minutes away, and I've started my racing career with them, been with them all my life, that's basically how I started. I did club championships here for a good few years, won quite a few of the club championships. I've done this event, SuperPrix, won the SuperPrix a couple of times as well. And I've been. This is basically where I started, so it's good to be back.
Awesome stuff. Are you here just in a support capacity this weekend? Are we seeing you on track at all? What specifically are you up to at 2019's event?
So this weekend I'm just helping J Karts with their drivers. I'm helping them, try and get the best out of them. I might go out in one of the historics later. That'd be nice. That'd be nice to have a go in one of them beasts. And this year I've done a bit of the Motorsport UK Championship in Senior X30. I missed the first round, but then I've done the last 3, and we've had 4 wins and 2 seconds in the finals, so we're doing pretty good there. The next round is sometime in August. I'll probably do that as well. But yeah, I just come back. When I came back from Dubai, I started again with J Karts, started to help them out again, and that's pretty much us for a minute.
Have you got to drive historics before?
Yeah, I've had to go in there's a 1970s car out the front. I had to go in that last year or the year before. Yeah, this is nice to drive. I want to have a go in one of them twin supercarts. They look like a right beast.
I don't think you're the only person here saying that, but I'm not sure I'd get in one of them. They're a bit mad, aren't they?
They are a bit crazy, yeah. Especially when you might get them wrong. But no, they're really fast. I'd love to have a go in one of them.
Anything on the horizon coming up in the future as well? What's next stage? Is it carrying on with the MS UK stuff?
Yeah, so I'll probably finish that off now. Obviously, I missed round 1, so it's hard to try and win the championship. I think there's probably maybe a possibility, but it's always difficult when you miss a round. And then maybe do a few more races. I'm not too sure what the plan is. I'd like to have a little venture into car racing, but as you know, it's always hard when you need to try and find the backing to get yourself over there. So unfortunately, I'm not in a position to try and fund it. So it's one of them things, and we try and see what happens. You never know. You never know what could happen. So I don't know. It's good. It's always a good fun to be back with J Karts. As I say, I've started my career with them, so I know them really well. And it's nice to do a few races for them again.
Lovely stuff. Well, all the best this weekend and with everything going forward. And cheers for talking to us, Danny.
No worries.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Let's talk you through the grid then for your Senior X30 final. As some of the karts involved in the various dramas in the previous race get cleared from the circuit. Lucas Vals is going to have pole position in this one, and he's going to have Louis Short alongside him. And it's going to be Ewan Wilson and Tom Nippers on the second row of the grid. Dean Hale and Jensen Fenimore will be your third row. And then it's going to be Oliver Greetham and Rufus Hunt on row 4. Jake Rubio and Charlie Sladden will be your 5th row rounding out the top 10. And then it'll be Richard Ward and Alex Spinks on row number 6. Row 7 is going to be Oliver Meadows and Nat Thomas. Lewis Fox and Jamie Robinson will be row 8. Row 9 is going to be Nathan Herbert and John Luke Bobby. Gary Coburn, and Ryan Green will be your 10th row rounding out the top 20. And then it's going to be Brandon Williams and Mario Zaletti to round out row 11 and your 22 kart runners. This is going to be a fascinating one here to see who takes home the win in this one. It was Sean Butcher who won this race last year, so he's not in this field. We're going to have a different winner this time around. As they come out, it's going to be Lucas Vals in the 14 to lead them away here for the X30 seniors. And away we go, 10 minutes on the clock plus a lap as they stream into Park Bend and then straight into the right-hander of Cafe Corner. Do they all make it through nice and cleanly? I'm delighted to say that they do. And look at this, already at the front on the 16 is going very bold there. That's Ewan Wilson trying to go for the lead of the race, but it didn't quite pay off. The 11's going quite slowly in the mid-pack there. That's Rufus Hunt. So hopefully, and he's dropped right to the back of the field by the looks of it as well in the number 11. So dramas for him early on, but he has, it looks to me, got back up to speed now as there's a contact warning for Jensen Fenimore, the number 21. And it looks like the 61 of Tom Nippers has got up into second place there. It's Lucas Vals who's held on to first place at the end of lap 1. Tom Nippers is indeed in second. Louis Short in third. Ewan Wilson in fourth. 5th for Oliver Greetham. Big movers on that first lap. Ryan Green up 5 places to 13th, as was Nat Thomas to 8th. But Brandon Williams is up 7 places to 14th position. Now Brandon had some dramas in some of his heats. He's really been on the pace. But look out for the number 33 working his way through, because we know he's a very quick driver around here and he hasn't quite had the rub of the green. And I don't think he's the only one in that position either in this field. So look out for some drivers working their way through here in this race. We watched that, looked to me like John Luke Bobby on the move there. I think the number 80 we saw. This is the 61 we're looking at of Tom Nippers. Louis Short got past him on that last lap, I should have mentioned there. It's now the 99 into second place. And trying to get onto terms with the 14 of Lucas Vals at the head of this field. We're looking at the battle here. This is the 31 of Dean Hale with Brandon Williams on his tail. And Brandon Williams goes up the inside of Dean Hale, and that's going to take him up into, I reckon that's Brandon Williams already up into the top 10. So look out for this number 33 on the move. We know he has the pace. Louis Short has just set the fastest lap of the race at 42.86 in second place. Ewan Wilson in third, Tom Nippers in fourth, Oliver Greetham in fifth. As the mid-pack stream their way through the chicane. The 70 of Ryan Green there, running well. Ryan Green is on a charge up through the field as well. We talk about Brandon Williams, but Ryan Green is having a really good race out there as well. We cut a little bit further up the field now because Ewan Wilson is under severe pressure from Tom Nippers for third place. This is the 16 versus the 61. There it is, heading into the Stratford hairpin on your streams, for those of you watching. And then behind them we saw a battle there between Oliver Greetham and Jake Rubio. That's over 5th place. Six and a half minutes plus a lap to go. And the battle for third place streams its way through Wilkins. Lucas Vals with 9/10 of a second in hand. 8/10 to make that now actually, because Louis Shaw has just done another particularly rapid tour of the circuit. Nat Thomas in the 50 has got past the 59 now. There they are. So Nat Thomas now ahead of Oliver Greetham. That's for 6th place as they work their way out the hairpin and towards the chicane. So it's Vaus in the 14, Louis Short in the 99, Ewan Wilson in the 16, the 61 of Nippers, 58 of Rubio, 50 of Thomas, 59 of Greetham. Working their way out of Wilkins now. Look over the shoulder from Ewan Wilson. He knows that the pressure is there from Tom Nippers in the 61. And things have calmed down just a little bit between Jake Rubio, Nat Thomas and Oliver Greetham now, so they're right on the back of them as well. But everyone's playing this sensibly. They know that if they want to get onto terms with the leader here, they're going to have to work together and not take away too much time from each other by going offline and battling away. Through Hanger Corner goes Ewan Wilson. And this is allowing Louis Short to solely focus on the task of trying to reel in Lucas Vaus, and indeed it's gone down by another 1/10 of a second that lap, the gap. So Lucas Vaus being kept very honest here by Louis Short. And we're still staying with this battle, or this group battling over third place. That's the 59 on your screens of Oliver Greetham in 7th place. Ryan Green, who I mentioned has been working his way up through the order really well, he's the next kart down the road now in 8th place, and he's only 1.3 seconds back. So if battles do begin, that's going to allow Ryan Green to get right onto the back of this pack of karts you're looking at now. You're going on the start-finish straight to begin lap number 9 of this X30 Seniors final. There is your leader, the 14 of Lucas Vaus. We've hardly had to look at him because he's been doing exactly what he needs to at the head of this field, but he is under a lot of pressure from Louis Short still in that 99 kart. Jensen Fenimore has just got past Brandon Williams for 10th spot. So Brandon Williams' charge through the field has stalled somewhat, it would seem. And as I say that, we cut back to him just briefly there, battling away. I think that was with Alex Spinks and Jensen Fenimore that battle was going on. But they're still in the same order. Spinks in 9th, Fenimore 10th, and Brandon Williams in 11th. And the 21 of Fenimore is going to have a look to the inside of Spinks going through Stratford Hairpin, and he gets the job done. Brandon Williams is going to try and follow through as well, but can't quite do it. So now it's Jensen Fenimore in 9th, Alex Spinks in 10th, and Brandon Williams in 11th. We cut back to the lead battle though, because it's gone down to just a 1/10 of a second here. Louis Short has been reeling Vaus in for the last few laps, and they're now nose to tail here, and there is plenty of time in which Short could execute a move here. He's going to wait for the optimum time to go for this, but he is now as close as he has ever been as they come out onto the back straight. The 14 is in the lead, the 99 behind. Does the 14 feel the need to go defensive? It's quite a tight line that he takes into Wilkins. Louis Short is going to try and get the cut back out of it and set up an opportunity for himself into Park Bend as they begin lap number 12, but there's not quite the opportunity that Louis Short was looking for there. Fantastic stuff though, as we have 2 minutes plus a lap. There's a gap there on the inside, and surely Louis Short is going to go for it, and he does indeed. And the door was left perhaps a little wide open there by Lucas Vaus. And so we have Louis Short now in the lead of this one, with just over 1.5 minutes plus a lap to go. And Short doesn't feel the need to go particularly defensive into Wilkins. He feels he's got the pace to bring this one home now. Behind them, Nat Thomas has finally got past Jake Rubio for 4th place. So that's a change that's happened whilst we were watching the lead battle. Oh, and someone going straight on there at the hairpin. I'm not sure if that was a kart just getting out of the way. I can't actually make out what number that... Oh, it's the 61. It's Tom Nippers. Tom Nippers has had drama. So Tom Nippers has gone straight on there, and that's him out of a podium position. And that's race run, it would seem, for Tom Nippers. That is gutting for him. He had such a strong start to this one. As we cut back to the lead, because Lucas Vaus has got the lead back again off of Louis Short. Brilliant stuff this between the leaders. 30 seconds on the clock plus a lap, and Vaus is back to the lead of this one. He's going to go defensive into the Stratford hairpin, and Louis Short round the outside, but he's going to go so deep into the hairpin there and lose out big time. That was a bold attempt there by Louis Short, but ultimately it's not paid off, and the 99 has now lost out a bit of time. He's lost out on so much work that he's been doing over the last few laps. Behind them, Nat Thomas is now your third place runner, with Ewan Wilson having got past Jake Rubio in this lap as well. So it's now Vaus, Short, Thomas, Wilson and Rubio is your top 5 there. But Ewan Wilson in the 16 is all over the back of Nat Thomas. I don't think it's the last we've heard of this battle over third place, as we are on the last lap. And you've got to say that Lucas Vaus has got enough in hand now, surely, to hold on to this one. So we are focusing on the third, fourth, fifth place battle. I fear Louis Short will rue how much he committed to that move a lap ago into the Stratford hairpin, because ultimately it's lost him too much time. Who's going to take the final podium spot, though? Up the inside of Hanger goes Ewan Wilson. What a move! And Jake Rubio follows through as well. It's going to be Lucas Vaus who crosses the line to take the win in X30 Seniors at the 2019 Teng Tools Shenington SuperPrix. Louis Short finishes in second. Ewan Wilson takes a brilliant third place on the final lap. Nay, the final sector, to be perfectly honest with you. Jake Rubio followed through to take home fourth. Fifth for Nat Thomas. Ryan Green finishes sixth, and it's Oliver Greetham. Jensen Fenimore. Brandon Williams in the end finishes ninth. Alex Spinks in 10th. Charlie Sladden in 11th, and it's Rufus Hunt, Richard Ward, Dean Hale, Oliver Meadows, Lewis Fox, Mario Ziletti, Jamie Robinson, John Luke Bobby, Gary Coburn in 20th place. And Tom Nippers, we saw having the dramas at the end. He'll be disappointed with how things went for him there. But provisionally we say congratulations to Lucas Vaus for taking the title in X30 Senior. We have to move straight on, because next is going to be the 210 Nationals.